Okay, I think we are live. And howdy, everybody. Let me adjust the camera just a little bit and see when you have the screen for setup, you can't exactly see how it's going to look. So I have to kind of tweak it a bit. So hopefully, I don't give everybody vertigo when I do this. But
Okay, everybody scream.
no, I think that's got it.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Okay. All right. Well, hi everyone. It's good to be back. Although I have to confess we're really exhausted.
Really tired.
Yeah, and may even be coming down with a head cold. Um, be the odd one out that still wears a mask. I mean, it's getting to be that season again, and I'm kind of thinking maybe we should have done that while we were out. But either way, we had a really interesting time in Dallas, and we learned so many things. I collected so much literature at this Abilities Expo that I can fill a binder with it. And we got like new things for Darren. I'm One of the prayer requests I have is that your the package with your new shoes comes in, because there's somebody there that made shoes that will fit ankle foot orthotics. Which anybody that has ever had to use those can appreciate how hard it is to, get regular shoes to fit that. So, the fact that somebody made some, we like almost cried. It was like so cool to see that. So, yeah, and a lot of other things that I'll tell you guys. I'm kind of giving everyone a few minutes to, you know, um, tune in and kind of gather round, I guess we could say. And so I'll tell you guys a little more about it as we go along. And also, we're going to want to say some prayers for one of our duckies, Yotsuba. She's very sick right now, and we're having to feed her by hand with some critical nutrition, kitten food made into a slurry. If anybody's ever had to hand feed a dog, a puppy or a kitten or whatever, well, I'm having to do it with a duck.
And it's much harder than a kitten or a dog.
Well, I don't know. I've never had to do it, and ducks don't have teeth, so.
Thank God.
Yeah. Oh, Yoshima would have set them on us a few times, I'm sure. But that's the other funny thing. When you have an animal that's feisty and struggling, they're healthy. When they don't struggle, they're bad off. And I tell you what, at the beginning of the week, I was worried that she wouldn't make it to today. But she has, and after service, I'm going to feed her again and then feed us again. And we're all going to get some much needed rest. So, our prayers that she gets her strength back and that we can figure out what it was that made her stop eating in the first place. Because, when a duck stops eating, that means there's something very wrong. And, she's 11 years old. So, we don't know if it's dementia or, neurological thing or just, who knows? But she's trying to fight and get better, and we're fighting with her. So, it's yeah, something about the geese do terror. Yeah. Darren refuses to let me get geese, and I'm like, I'll acquiesce to that probable wisdom. Because you had an adopted aunt that had a mated pair of geese, and
they could be an absolute handful.
Oh goodness. Let's see. Did they fight to the death?
No, but they killed onlookers. I'll put it to you that way.
Actually, you know what? We didn't get to do the rock climbing. They actually had rock climbing where they had a special sling that you could transfer into if you use a wheelchair, and then you could like ratchet yourself up the rock thing. And I could have gotten in a harness and free climbed alongside him, but we literally did not have enough time at the end of Sunday. There were so many other things that we were seeing and doing, and so we didn't get to do the rock climbing. But we can go back next year. And one other thing that I definitely wanted to share, and there's a couple of things that, like I said, they're worth repeating, but there is actually a tour company out there that does accessible cruises and tours to countries around the world, including Egypt. And when we heard that, Darren and I just shared a look because that was the biggest concern that we had is if we go to Egypt, getting there for one thing, because air travel is a nightmare when you use a wheelchair. And how would we stay there? But there is it's easy access travel, I believe. It's one of the brochures I got. And they gave a presentation on tips for flying and hotels and things like that. And so yeah, they do things to help people with disabilities and with adaptive equipment, like if you have a CPAP and stuff like that, making sure you can get distilled water for it and all that. And Egypt is one of the places they've gone. So one day we could actually do a trip, and it doesn't matter what your level of ability is, you can still go.
BFE, here we go.
Yeah. So. Oh, goodness. Okay, Katie says, I had a friend. She was rushed to the hospital during the weekend of Thanksgiving, and she passed away last Sunday.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She had her heart stop a few times, and life flighted her, and she ended up with pancreatitis and hypoxia on the brain. She was making progress last Saturday, and then she passed away on Sunday. We're really sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we will include her in our prayers for the dead tonight. Absolutely. And Amanda said, we had to hand feed my gecko. Oh, goodness. That had to be, touchy because they're so little, right? But
hopefully you save some money on car insurance, though.
Oh, yeah. Sarcastic scene. Geese very much will only like one person, and they will love that one person, and that one person is Mama now. All else that breathes, that breathes is a sworn enemy. That happened with, because his
aunt and her brother.
Yeah, and her husband too, right? Or was it just her brother?
No, husband was dead by that point.
Okay, but her brother, yeah.
Her brother was sworn enemy. I was all right.
Yeah.
But,
Honky Tonk and Loosey Goose.
Yeah.
So.
They did goose step quite readily.
Oh, God. The real kind of. Oh, but by the way, I did get one other thing. Actually, I got several things because I went shopping. But
Darren helped.
Yes. Darren helped with well, I guess she wouldn't let us haggle, but
no, but I tried.
Yeah.
I tried. I really did. Y'all would have been proud of me.
Yeah. And I need to clean some dust off of it, but I got a new sistrum, and I can actually give, so we can make it a quick lesson, because you had two different kinds of sistrums or sistra in ancient Egypt. Can we see it in the
you can.
Okay, yeah. Here we go. Okay, this is the Naos type, called a sasheshet, and it has a little bit of a different sound. And the looped type, this is more of the loop type, which is called a Sekhmet sistrum. And so, and I see a kitty going across the phone there. But yeah, so like, or like this kind, that's a Sekhmet sistrum. But now I actually have a sasheshet, and remember we shook it, and the first thing I thought of is, oh, this is going to sound so awesome on live service. So we get to break it in tonight. So I had to point that out. And lots of other fun things. There were so many neat things. I guess what I'll do is I'll set it down here. There's so many neat things that I could probably spend the next month in videos, or live streams talking about, all the different things we learned and did. But
those sound like good Patreon exclusive videos.
Well, one of them will be.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and since we're doing shameless plugs, okay. Patreon started something new, where if you want, like when I go and I make video posts that are for the exclusives, if you subscribe at the exclusive level, you get to see all of them. But if there's one in particular that you want to see, now I can set it to where you can just pay once and you get to see it, and you don't have to subscribe. So, if you wanted to see the little overview of a Sumerian ritual that I did, or was another one that I did. There was another video where I talked about some stuff last month, and oh yeah, and I used my divination system in October for an exclusive video for Patreon, and now you can actually just pay
$20.
No, it's $7. But like, unfortunately, the only downside is Apple Pay adds something onto it. So, I try to factor that in. So, like, if you use Apple Pay, it's $10. You know, because Apple has to take their cut. You know, but yeah. So that's something that it's available as an option now, and so I'm trying to do that and get to where they're like collections and things. You know, which is pretty cool. But end of shameless plug. And that means we should have everybody hopefully together. Yeah. Oh, and Mary Ross's finals are over. Absolutely. Hey, you know what? Okay. Since tonight one of the things we're honoring is Djehuty taking a solemn oath. And this is something that was listed in the Cairo calendar. And it doesn't say what he took an oath about, but the tack that I'm taking is, well, this is when Djehuty says, I'm going to do something, whatever his new project for, you know, the next year or whatever his timetable is. We don't know what it is, but this is when he undertakes to do things. And so he's going to be busy, you know, and so we're honoring that. And of course, the Sailing of Mut, which wraps up the month of goddesses sailing and things like the month of Tibet. We're about to start the month of Mahir in a couple of days. So,
yeah.
You know, so she has a little shindig too. But well, hello, Cosmic Flow. We'll just tune in and yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the link for the Discord. Yeah, we'll. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, and by the way, you know, an altar is something that, you know, comes about, you know, it grows as you do, because the setup that you see here is the result of, oh goodness, since 2007 or so. It's when I first started out, and I had only one or two pieces. So that's
18 years.
Yeah, well, about to be. Yeah, do the math on that one. So it's something that builds up over time, and so it might be time for me to do another shrine video, because I've done a couple of those in the past, and you know, people have been kind enough to share pictures, and you know, don't think that that's like the absolutely essential thing to being Kemetic. What being Kemetic really means is you take faith in the Egyptian gods. That's simple, and the rest of it is just, you know, how we do things. It's kind of the modern Kemetic culture that we're building up, and you know, this is, you know, it's gonna, yours is going to be unique to you, especially your altar space. It's going to reflect your resources, your interests, and your life. So, you know, enjoy the journey. So let's get started. Prepare to awaken. These cool waters are upon my hands. and they purify me. Stephanut purifies me. Hail unto you, O Yunachuru. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. We have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
Cold.
Here you go. It's okay.
Groundwater's
Baby
frigid
dinner
here.
and enough.
Wait, what?
The groundwater is quite frigid here.
Well, this was actually water that was at room temperature for many days. So, yeah, for me,
Did
it
we
felt pretty
mention the room temperature is exorcism?
No, it actually felt pretty good to me, but
Yeah, I was just thinking a little bit ago, whenever you were saying it, I was like, for some of us, it's a tall order to purify.
well, here I will. I've got this nice shawl. I'll give it to you if you want to warm up. There you go. Is that better? Okay. It's not gonna be mean. It just
Sorry.
has a.
I didn't mean to do that, y'all.
Okay. Okay. Here we go.
I have a feisty kitten tonight.
Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now, and will be joining us in the future, and has been with us in the past. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we'll light our candle for Mama Sekhmet. Get the. Yeah, got the. There we go. I need to get the newer lighter back in here. May Sekhmet bring peace and strength and healing to all those who need it, including our little Yotsuba. And our candle for Djehuty. Whose plans may not be known to us, but may they come to fruition. You arise in the Achetes Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Mut, mistress of the Asheru, and Djehuty, lord of Kemetic. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunashuru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness, and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oyunachuru, these cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, Oyunachuru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you, cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. O Yunachuru, we give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yunachuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. And there's also frankincense in here. We went to a much larger Middle Eastern grocery in Dallas, and I just happened to see an entire package of frankincense. It looks like raisins or something, but that's actually frankincense resin. And so I said, oh yeah, this is going on the offering plate. Along with chocolate and German gingerbread cookies, because this is the time of year for those, and they are delicious.
Yeah, folks might not think about it, but in Egypt and other places, they actually will chew frankincense.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's not poisonous, and as a matter of fact, I think I was using a little bit of frankincense oil in a nasal rinse at one point, and yeah, I mean, smells good, but also because when you have a bounty, you come and you give thanks for that bounty and present it, and that frankincense will end up in either burned on a charcoal disc by itself or possibly ground into blends of incense. But either way, it's going to be strictly for ritual use. So, but let's see. Yes, even though it's getting close to the official start of winter up here in the northern hemisphere, it's summertime for all our friends down in the southern hemisphere. And there's some things that, still grow at certain latitudes, even now. So we want to offer for the gardens to prosper and for Hapi to rejoice, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, Mut, Djehuty. O Yenetru, drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horeketi within his house. Pure, pure is Mut within her house, Djehuty within his house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, this good myrrh that is given. Djehuty proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure for Ra, Mut, Djehuty. In every place their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horeketi. Come to your body, O Mut, Djehuty. Come to your bodies, O Yenetru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these, your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Mut, before Djehuty. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horeketi, and your son, the Osira Nesu, Nebkapurura, your foes retreat from you. And Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And now, from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead. We light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. And tonight we're including Katie's friend, passed away on Sunday.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah. Here, need a napkin?
I ask you to take the show from me because I got
Okay. There we go. Horekru ta henkets kakao abdus and Khodnema no frawabe alkan nochre. Kawan akupunibu. Machronibu chronochra. Voice offering, bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a God lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Djehuty comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Enid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. The Svet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Djehuty, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. And by the way, thanks for that super sticker. And let me start with a couple of things from Mut, who would be celebrating her feast of sailing. She would be probably sailing on the Isheru Lake that is still there in Thebes. It's at least the pictures that I've seen. I don't know if it's as big as it would have been back then, but still kind of cool to imagine, her boat out there on the lake. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video that I did with our other goddesses, kind of set up in a kiddie pool. So they got to do a little bit of boat riding. But
it was interesting seeing the cool waters.
yeah, you guys actually got to see so the beauty of editing. But praise unto Mut, Lady of Heaven, Mistress of Amun's house. Lovely of hands, she shakes her sistra. Her sweet voice is pleasant to the heart. She illumines the world with her rays. She causes all lands to prosper. Unique one without equal. Eternity belongs to her. Great one in heaven, great of dread, foremost in the Enid, mistress of the two lands, who shines on all faces like Ra. Hail Mut, the great, mistress of Isheru, who gives birth to light again in Thebes, who traverses the two lands pregnant with the sun, that she may give birth to him in the temple of Mut. Mother of Ra, she who creates light, great Uraeus, who encircles her father Ra, who gives birth to him as Khonsu, both daughter and mother, who makes her own creator. Hail and praise unto you, O Djehuty, thrice great God, the son of Ra, Lord of Khemnu, wise one in Yunu. You report to Ra every morning. messenger of humankind. You know people by their speech and judge them by their deeds. Those true of voice before Oser, their names are in your list. The Aeneid gives you praise as you guide the bark of millions, as you cast out the evil one, as you change strife into peace. You know all secrets, all books, all deeds, the fleeting moment, the hour of night. No report to Ra is forgotten. Your words endure for eternity. Friend of the people, wise and impartial, great one, Lord of Ma'at. And we ask you, Oyinachiri, to be with everyone who's under the weather and dealing with sickness this cold season. And be with our little ducky Yotsuba and help us to figure out, what caused her to get to be this way, and help her to regain her strength and hopefully have a couple more years with us. And I'll share with you guys, this is actually one of her feathers that she shed. Curly tail feathers that you see like this, usually drakes, the male ducks will have those. But Yotsuba stopped laying eggs a couple of years ago, and her color started turning darker, and she started sprouting curly tail feathers. So I guess you could say that's post-menopause or something. I don't know. But she has some absolutely beautiful feathers. And
maybe that's sort of like how women will sometimes start growing beards.
I have little wispy hairs that I'd pluck out, and that's another story. But I don't know. It's something that does happen with ducks, and I think that's something with birds and reptiles. They have that kind of, because like in birds and reptiles, the X chromosome is actually in the male, not the female. So it's kind of the reverse of mammals. So the more you know. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll do our fortunes so we can kind of wrap up, and because I've got to take care of Darren and feed us and feed Yotsuba. But I said so many things to tell you guys about. Is there a list of the mods online that doesn't bring up an error message? Okay, so apparently there's a broken link or something on my webpage. I'll have to go and check that. Yeah. Yeah. Passing out our own bed is going to be great. It is. Hey, peace and blessings. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Frank says antiseptic and antibacterial can be chewed like gum. Obviously, only as the high rate. Well, it's not. Use your own discretion. But hey, like I said, I used frankincense oil and a nasal rinse and didn't have any ill effects. So, But okay, and amazing wool. May I take a prayer request? My physical health has plummeted and has been taking a toll on my mental. Absolutely. All right. Well, listen. I'm going to kind of slow up the chat a little bit so I can keep track of the cookies. And Amazing Wool also is asking for greater health and for blessings so that they can rebuild their strength. And so we ask Mama Sekhmet to bring them peace and healing as well. And echoing a prayer to Ishtar, grant us a sweet sleep and favorable dreams, and may it be healing sleep. But let's go ahead and we'll do our cookie for everyone. So that way anyone who's tuning in after the fact gets something. So, and I'll need to be very careful where I step because that USB likes to come out for whatever reason. Okay, so for everyone, embrace the opportunities that tonight presents. Opportunities for sleep, but embrace the opportunities that tonight presents. Now, I know for some folks, that are a little ahead time zone wise, it's already Saturday morning. So hey, Saturday night could bring something good. So when you receive this fortune, tonight is understood. Embrace the opportunities. So next up, lying down is not enough. I need you to become a bed. Yes. Oh, and Djehuty help us students. Yeah, I tell you what, I've got something. Okay. I've got another little prayer that I can read because a lot of folks are doing finals and stuff like that right now. Actually, today I saw someone. They were on their way, either to or from a graduation ceremony, and it looked like they had graduate stoles on. I was like, oh, hey, congrats, whoever it is. But let me read that real quick, and then we'll get to Katie Horton asking for one from Anubis. But first, I know I've got it in here. Let's see. Students' prayer to Djehuty. Come unto us, Djehuty, O noble ibis, O you who love Kemnu, letter writer of the Aeneid, great one of Yunu. Come unto us who are students, that you may give us advice and make us skillful in your work. You exalt those who heed your wisdom. You give advice to the widow and the orphan. Shai and Renenutet are with you. Come unto us, that you may advise us, for we are servants in your house. Let us excel in our studies, so that we may proclaim throughout the land, great is the work of Djehuty. And so that's for all of our students. Okay, and now for Katie Horton, asking from Anubis. Set boundaries to protect your energy. So, Katie, there you go. Set boundaries to protect your energy. There you go. That was amazingly straightforward, so I would pay attention to that. Okay, so Amazing Wool, and then Thralo, and then Ashley Spradley. So start with Amazing Wool. Oh, what was that term that a friend of a friend used? Textile punk? I think instead of steampunk, it would be textile punk. If that is a thing. Amazing Wool. Your finances will be a foundation for your financial dreams. Now, the sense that I'm getting with that, your finances will be a foundation for your financial dreams, is take care of the day-to-day things, because that's going to be the foundation that leads you to the bigger things. So it's time to put your house in order. That's the sense that I'm getting. Your finances will be a foundation, for your dreams, your financial and probably otherwise too. Okay, so Thralo and then Ashley. Threlu, celebrate your success and learn from your mistakes. Celebrate your success and learn from your mistakes. And take heart. Yes, we all make mistakes, but you're going to have successes too. So celebrate those. And if a mistake teaches you wisdom, it becomes a success. So Ashley Spradley, and you're asking for one from Sekhmet. And it's very likely that Sekhmet would have had a sailing feast around this time as well, but we just don't have any sort of a record of it because the temple precinct for Ptah in Memphis, is pretty much under agricultural fields now. But Ashley Spradley, tonight, a heartfelt conversation will touch your soul. Tonight, a heartfelt conversation will touch your soul. Okay, Kyle Hinojosa and then Christian Rebase. Oh, Kyle Hinojosa, you got voicemail. There's two of them jumped out. All right, your first one, Kyle. A lifetime of financial abundance is yours to manifest. Now let's see if the second one elaborates. Little acorns lead to mighty oaks. Wow. Start small and it can get big. But Kyle Hinojosa, a lifetime of financial abundance is yours to manifest. Little acorns lead to mighty oaks. So remember, if you can manage a little money and manage it well, you can manage a lot. Little acorns lead to mighty oaks. Okay, so that was for Kyle Hinojosa, and then Kristen Rebase, and then I'll scroll down to pick up with the rest of them. Kristen Rebase, clarity in decision making is in your future. Clarity in decision making is in your future. Okay. All right. Next is King Shabib music, and then Mary Corral for my trip in Belize this winter. All right. King Shabib. Our musician. You'll have to tell us what kind of music you do. But King Shabib. Failure is a tuition you pay for success. Failure is a tuition you pay for success. So if you feel like things are not going well right now, take heart and press forward. The success, is what you gain for putting in the time and, making the mistakes and learning from them. And from Mary Hurrah. There is only one success: to be able to live your life in your own way. There's only one success: to be able to live your life in your own way. And so don't put others' expectations on your life and your plans, including your trip to Belize. Concentrate on what you want to get out of it, and don't worry about the rest of it. There's only one success: to be able to live your life in your own way.
Release in yourself.
Yes, I have a frame drum sitting over here against my drafting table, and that's what creates echo sometimes, and also gives me a few rim shots. Okay, all right, got some Discord cookies. All right, so Love Deluxe and Miss Jackal would like a prayer in Anapu's honor. And, right, okay, and what I would say, the thing with the mentioning the natural properties of something, that's different from saying, well, if you're suffering from this, then you need to take blah, blah, blah. It's just, there are lots of things out there that, do have antiseptic properties. Honey is another one. Now, if I told you, well, if you're sick, you should, take some honey with your coffee. And that might be bordering on, medical advice, maybe, if you take it that way. But, no, nobody's prescribing anything here. We're just, I'm just mentioning some of the things about frankincense. But let's see who's next here. Okay, so Love Deluxe. For Love Deluxe, your involvement in sports will inspire others to reach for their dreams. Now, lots of things can count for sports these days, but even online gaming. But whatever the sport is, your involvement in sports will inspire others to reach for their dreams. Okay, and so a prayer for Anapu. Since a lot of people have been mentioning Anubis, we'll read our hymn that's adapted from the London Leiden Papyrus. Hail and praise Anapu, great God upon your mountain, master of secrets in Duat, ruler of the West, fair son of Osir, great physician who heals, your seal is our protection, crown prince of the Aeneid, keen-faced among the gods. You stand at Osir's side, you serve the blessed dead, they live because of you. Okay, and Sarcastic, I think you had asked for one next. I'm going to go down the list, because I know it's late for some folks. Your life will have a series of beautiful moments. So sarcastic, your life will have a series of beautiful moments.
Be smart enough to notice.
Okay, Mythwood. Cool. And then One Eye. And then Marriage Walk Away. So, okay, yeah, Chris, I think I'm gonna go head out. Good night. Get some rest. Yes, become that bed. So, Mythwood, then One Eye, then Marriage Walk Away. Mythwood, joy will be a constant reminder of your blessings. Joy will be a constant reminder of your blessings. So when you have joy, when you're experiencing happiness, think about the things that brought you there. Those are your blessings. And cherish them and nurture them. That's the sense that I'm getting. You know, Darren is nodding at that. So One Eye. Oh, this is interesting. One Eye, you have 2 cookies in one wrapper. So somebody very cleverly gave you some voicemail. It was in a zip file. So, first one. You will discover your passion for teaching and education. Second one. The person who waits to do a great deal of good all at once will never do anything. So you will discover your passion for teaching and education. And the person who waits to do a great deal of good all at once will never do anything. So be content with doing a little bit of good here and there. You will cumulatively build up to, making a world of difference. Okay, and Married Raw. I'm not Married Raw, excuse me, Married Weppaway. And obviously we're going to be asking our jackals. And yes, Anubis has been busy this week because one of the old shirts that I put on, and now it smells like cat food because I've been taking care of a duck, is a shirt that has Anubis on it. And I was a little concerned when I pulled that one out at first, but then I remembered that Anubis also is credited as a healer. So that's what I take it to be. But Married Weppaway. Fortune favors your luck in love. Fortune favors your luck in love. And take that to mean any number of things. But just be optimistic, be positive, because fortune is on your side. Okay, and I know you said for whoever would like to send me a message, of course, Let's see. Okay, Katie had to head out. Good night. Sleep tight. Golf is not a sport. Fight me. Well. Well, I had an uncle by marriage that wrote for golf magazines and got to travel different parts of the world. He went to Iceland. He went to West Africa because there are, golf courses and stuff out there. And it's harder to do than it looks, especially when you're trying to launch a ball halfway across a field. And I tell you what, he took my brothers and I to play putt-putt at a big course in Dallas, and he creamed us. And, I was like, it's putt-putt right now. You get somebody who golfs professionally, and he mopped the floor with us on putt-putt. So okay. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up, guys, because I know a lot of us are tired, and I'm ready for this Mercury retrograde to be over. Because I swear, I had my bank card get hacked, and I got a flat tire. I'm like, okay, this Mercury retrograde is kicking my butt. So I think it ends Sunday, and I'll be glad.
I'm going to sleep through
it. Yeah. So... and there are other things that I want to tell you about, things that we learned about, because I learned about we learned about a charity that helps people who have catastrophic illnesses and injuries, and needs for disabilities, and they need equipment and stuff that tends to carry a high price tag, and they help people with that. And one of the things they pointed out, and I'll leave you guys with this, is be careful with things like GoFundMe. Even though I'm sure a lot of us that are, in this stream and will be hearing it afterwards, have tried GoFundMe and not had much success. And on average, most people don't. But the problem is, if you do start to get a little bit of success, that money gets counted as income, because it gets sent to your bank account, and that can mess up benefits, especially here in the United States. You can have Medicaid or
Medicare.
Yeah, and Social Security and housing and all these other things that are tied to your income, and GoFundMe can screw that up. And so that's why there is another organization that helps not helps you not have to deal with that. And that was a really enlightening thing to learn about, and I'll tell you guys more about it next time, because we only have so much time. But and I figured I would share that, especially for anyone who has a GoFundMe.
There's a better way.
Yeah, well, that and just be careful. If you're not having a lot of success with it right now, don't feel bad. For one, it's not your fault, and you also don't want to have it hurt you negatively. And for anybody who has Hulu, apparently there's a movie called Patrice the Movie, and there was a lady who had that happen, and the organization that we learned about helped her get out of that. So it's on Hulu. But so gank somebody's password. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shenit in Unu, endures. As the name of Os of Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset in Necheru endures. As the name of Sutech in Nubet endures. as the name of Horus in Pei endures, as the name of Wajit in Dep endures, as the name of Djehuty in Khamenyu endures, as the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Mut, O Djehuty. You have come in peace, O Yonachuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, O Mut, O Djehuty. May you go forth in peace, O Yonachuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. You think I should paint some of the detailing in this? Because I'm thinking, because it's a turquoise color, and I'm thinking maybe some gold detailing would look really nice. But
If it were anybody else, I'd say no. You, yes.
yeah. Okay. Don't actually have an ace trying against golf. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, that level, yeah. Oh yeah, copper detail. That might be cool too. Yeah. And I would we may have to do like a bite or something and talk about some of the things that we learned, but that will be later when we're feeling a little better and hopefully our ducky is better. And hi Javon Vello. Hi guys. Sorry you caught us close to the end, but we're happy to have you here. If you've got a request for a prayer or a cookie or something, we'll do that before we head out. And Timur Borin, thank you. Oh, and that is so cool that you've got like the Arabic font. Let me see. That's so I'm trying to learn a little bit, and I think I see a K and M, a B and H, and a U. Okay, so Temur Borin. Okay, that's Temur Borin in Arabic. Now I'm piecing it together. Okay, but and that is so cool. My onion garlic from the starter kayak started sprouting fresh scallions after I thought it was completely dry. That's cool. Okay. Oh, and Siobhan Vallo, I have finals coming up, and I was wondering if I could have a quick prayer request before you sign off. All right. Well, we'll read it again because we're honoring Djehuty tonight, and especially because people have finals and things like that coming up. We can absolutely read it one more time. Our prayer, student's prayer to Djehuty. And so we'll ask him once again, come unto us, Djehuty, O noble Ibis, O you who love Khamenyu, letter writer of the Aeneid, great one of you new. Come unto us who are students, that you may give us advice and make us skillful in your work. You exalt those who heed your wisdom. You give advice to the widow and the orphan. Shai and Renenutet are with you, and that's destiny and fortune are with you. Come unto us, that you may advise us, for we are servants in your house. Let us excel in our studies, so that we may proclaim throughout the land, great is the work of Djehuty. And on that, guys. And see, the funny thing is I have things to share that would be in kind of under Djehuty's purview too, about, writing and stuff like that. But we'll have to save that for next time. So you are so welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining us and for hanging in there, because I know it's about an hour and 10 minutes. But I hope everyone has a great weekend. And come join us next week. And yes, thank you for the wishes, also for healing. Yeah. And yeah, we're tired, but we had so much great stuff to share, and like I said, we'll have more next week too. So. But in the meantime, you guys have a great weekend.